Mm. Hey fellow foodies, this is Chef Kevin, and there's no coffee in here. Anyway, I'm making a French dish this evening. It's called Poulet au Vinaigre, or at least I think that's how it's pronounced.
You understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Okay, this is a dish that was created in Lyon, France, which many Epicureans believe to be the epicenter of French cooking. Not so much Paris. Paris is more the epicenter of fashion. Anyways, this is served in bistros and it's enjoyed by millions of French people. It's a very simple meal to make. It's basically braised chicken with the addition of vinegar. So let me get it set up and I'll show you how to make it. Cheers. Okay, first we have the poulet, or the chicken. In this case I have 4 large thighs. It doesn't have to be thighs, it can be any cut. I have some criminy mushrooms, that's for the sauce. I have a shallot, garlic, tomato paste. I have red wine vinegar, homemade chicken stock, vinegar, tarragon vinegar actually, and fresh tarragon as garnish, and white wine as well. So let's prep these chicken thighs. Okay, there's not too much to the chicken prep. You want to make sure it's dry because it's being sauteed first and then braised. So you want to get all that moisture off, and you want to make sure you get all these little ragged pieces of skin off. This just make it a little bit more presentable. Sort of like that. Nice and dry and trim. Dry this one off. That ragged piece of skin there, you don't need that. You want to try to make it nice and presentable. So here are my 4 thighs. Up high on the sea salt. Both sides. Fresh ground pepper. Both sides. Okay, let's go over to the range. Okay, so I have a large saute pan here, about a tablespoonful of oil. And this is stainless steel. It's not non-stick, and that's for a reason. The reason is I want the fond to stick to the bottom of the pan and not on the meat. This way I make a nice sauce. Skin side down. What I want to do is get a nice little brown coating on this, then I'll flip it over. Okay, these are cooking away nicely. It's been about 5 minutes, and what you don't want to do is turn it over prematurely, because what will happen is you'll rip the skin off and it'll stay in the bottom of the pan. So when the food is ready, it'll release from the pan. Now, part of the attraction of this recipe is that you have a nice crispy skin. Okay, these big ones aren't quite ready to turn over yet, so I'll give those a few more minutes, and then I'll flip those around. So it's been about 7 minutes now. I'm going to take this little one out. Okay, so we got some nice crispy skin here. So I'm going to let the bottoms cook a little bit longer, and then I'm going to pull it out and then start making the sauce. Okay, I'm going to pull these 3 out. Keep them aside. Got a pretty good amount of chicken fat in here, so I'm going to pour most of this out, but I'm going to leave it a little. Okay, now this is the fond that I was talking about earlier. Fond, F-O-N-D. And these are all the bits and pieces of the chicken skin and the flavorings, and that's all flavor. That's all good. Tablespoon of butter. Now I have about a cup of shiitake mushrooms here. And I know shiitake mushrooms would never be used with chicken with vinegar. But I love mushrooms. I love the taste of mushrooms, so I'm going to incorporate that into the sauce. I'm going to let these brown for a little while. Get all the moisture out of those mushrooms, and at the same time, the mushrooms will absorb the taste of the butter. Okay, those mushrooms are cooking away nicely. I'm going to add 1 diced shallot. 3 cloves of garlic here. Okay. Now let this just cook down for about a minute and a half or so. Now I don't know if you can see, but there's still fond that is stuck to the bottom of the pot. That's no problem. That's going to be deglazed in about 1 minute. You watch. Okay, don't want to burn the garlic or the shallots. That was about 6 ounces of dry white wine. Now all the fond is coming off the bottom of the pan, and that gets incorporated into the sauce. I have some chicken stock here, homemade chicken stock. This is not chicken broth. You can see how gelatinous it is. This is highly concentrated. That's about a cup. I also have some red wine vinegar here. I'm going to put about 1/3 of a cup of red wine vinegar in that. And I also have some tarragon vinegar. If you can't find tarragon vinegar, don't worry about it. That's very potent. That's about a teaspoonful. And I have some tomato paste. This will act as an acid, and it'll thicken up the sauce a little bit. Turn that up a bit. I'm going to add a little bit more salt to that mixture. I just tasted it. Okay, I'm going to reintroduce my warm chicken into the braising liquid. Little leftover liquid goes right back in. That's all flavor. Now this is a braised recipe, which means it's covered about 2/3 of the way with liquid. In this case, the chicken stock, the wine, and all that's good stuff. So the chicken will cook in the liquid. And the flavor of the liquid, the flavor of the chicken will go into the liquid, and the flavor of the liquid will go into the chicken. I'm going to add a little bit more chicken stock. And I'm going to add a little bit more white wine just to bring the level up a bit. This is, after all, French cooking. I'm going to add just a bit more water as well. Not a lot of this will evaporate off. Okay, heat off. This is going in the oven for about 30 minutes at 325. Okay, so this has been cooking for a good 35 minutes. I'm going to take the chicken out. And I'm going to reduce this sauce. I'm going to keep the chicken covered up. And the sauce will probably take about 10 to 15 minutes to reduce. It's in a very wide pan, which is ideal for this situation. So I'm going to reduce this and then serve the meal. The sauce has been cooking out for another 15 minutes or so. I'm going to turn the heat off. I'm going to add a knob of cold butter, and this will emulsify into the sauce and thicken it up even further. In the meantime, let's plate this bad boy. I'm going to add a little Worcestershire sauce to this. I know that's not French at all, but it goes good. So here it is, sort of plated. Now I don't want to put the sauce directly on the chicken because I want the skin to shine, nice crispy skin. Sauce is so good. So let's give this the taste test. It looks good. Skin is nice and crispy. It's definitely cooked. There's no red. I love the acidity of the vinegar. I can taste the garlic. The shallots really come through. There's a really good balance here between the the acidity and the flavorings. Served with a simple rice, this is a very nice meal. Okay folks, I'm not going to talk with my mouth full, that's very impolite. If you're still watching this video, I really thank you for that. And until later, hasta mañana.
Good. Hasta mañana.
That's all, folks.